Why Pakistan will collapse by 2030? Shocking reality. Pakistan was created in 1947 as a homeland for Muslims of the Indian subcontinent. But fast forward to 2025, and the country is now teetering on the edge, facing economic freefall, political chaos, internal conflicts, and global isolation. If things don't change, Pakistan may not survive the next decade in its current form. In this video, we explore why leading analysts, economists, and defense experts believe Pakistan is heading toward collapse by 2030. This is not about fear-mongering. It's about analyzing patterns, connecting dots, and understanding a nation's slow-motion unraveling. Economic meltdown. Pakistan's economy is in critical condition. The nation's debt has crossed $130 billion, with most of it owed to China under opaque terms. Inflation is skyrocketing, fuel prices are unstable, and basic necessities are unaffordable for the average citizen. The Pakistani rupee has lost over 50% of its value in the last 5 years. The country's foreign exchange reserves have dropped below $4 billion, barely enough to cover a month's imports. Pakistan is relying on IMF bailouts to survive, a cycle that is unsustainable. Political instability and military dominance. Pakistan is technically a democracy, but in reality, the military calls the shots. Prime ministers are regularly dismissed, jailed, or exiled. Civilian governments have little power to make long-term decisions, and this power struggle is weakening governance. The country's most popular leader, Imran Khan, was ousted, jailed, and silenced by the establishment. Political revenge, censorship, and lack of democratic maturity have created a fractured society where no leader can unite the nation for reform. Rising extremism and internal threats. Terrorism is resurging. The Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, TTP, has regained strength and is launching attacks across Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. Religious radicalization is not only tolerated, but often politically exploited. These extremist elements undermine national unity, discourage foreign investment, and scare away talent. When extremism becomes mainstream, the future of a modern state becomes uncertain. Balochistan and potential breakup. Balochistan, Pakistan's largest province by area, has been in rebellion for decades. Baloch nationalists are demanding independence or autonomy, accusing the state of exploitation and human rights abuses. The insurgency is intensifying, and many fear that if the central government weakens further, Balochistan could be the first region to break away, leading to a chain reaction of disintegration. Ethnic and sectarian divisions. Pakistan is not a unified nation. It's a patchwork of ethnic groups: Punjabis, Pashtuns, Sindhis, Baloch, and Muhajirs. These groups often clash over language, power, and resources. Ethnic nationalism is on the rise. Add to that Shia-Sunni tensions and you have a recipe for chaos. Instead of building a shared national identity, Pakistan is becoming a battleground of competing loyalties. Dependence on China and loss of sovereignty. Pakistan's relationship with China is increasingly unequal. Under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, Beijing controls key infrastructure, ports, and debt terms. Critics say Pakistan is becoming a client state of China. If Pakistan defaults on Chinese loans or faces geopolitical shocks, China may take control of more assets, reducing Pakistan's independence. Economic colonization is a modern form of collapse. Collapsing education and brain drain. Pakistan's education system is failing. Millions of children are out of school, and those who do graduate often lack critical skills. Universities are underfunded and free thinking is discouraged. As a result, educated youth are fleeing the country. Doctors, engineers, and entrepreneurs are moving to Canada, the US, and the Gulf. This brain drain robs Pakistan of the very people who could fix its problems. Global isolation. Pakistan's international image is deteriorating. Once a strategic ally of the West, it is now mostly seen as a breeding ground for terrorism and a troublemaker in South Asia. Its role in harboring the Taliban and other groups has earned it global suspicion. With strained relations with India, Afghanistan, Iran, and even the US, Pakistan has fewer friends and even fewer options. A country without strong alliances is vulnerable on the world stage. If current trends continue, economic collapse, political paralysis, rising extremism, regional insurgencies, and global isolation, Pakistan may face partial or complete collapse by 2030. This could mean state failure, breakup, or military dictatorship with brutal suppression. But collapse is not destiny. It's a consequence of choices. If the nation finds courageous leadership, invests in education, defeats extremism, and embraces democratic reform, Pakistan can still write a different story. The clock is ticking. Will it wake up before it's too late? Silent civil war in the making. Pakistan isn't heading toward collapse through a dramatic event. It's dying a slow death from within. Tribal conflicts, political assassinations, enforced disappearances, and ethnic hatred are all signs of a silent civil war. The government can't control all of its own territory. Entire districts are ruled by local warlords or militant groups, not the state. When a government loses the monopoly on violence, it ceases to be a government. It becomes a ghost. A nuclear power with no power. Pakistan holds nuclear weapons, but can't guarantee 24/7 electricity to its citizens. It boasts about military strength while children die from malnutrition and dirty water. This contradiction is more than irony. It's a symbol of misplaced priorities. While billions go into defense, the education system rots, healthcare collapses, and poverty deepens. You can't eat nukes. You can't build a nation on bullets and bombs alone. A nation that might implode, not explode. Pakistan's collapse may not come with explosions and war. It may simply implode. A total economic freeze. A population with no jobs, no hope, no unity. One more flood. One more assassination. One more IMF rejection. And the country could spiral into uncontrollable chaos. When a nation's own people stop believing in its future, the end has already begun.